Packing for Canada. It's like trip. Go up, try some Alpine routes. Jackets. M10. Orange Nano. Looks good. Figuring out what gear to bring. Gonna go, hopefully, maybe do the wild thing when I'm up in Canada. So I know it's got a fair bit of ice climbing on it. So probably want some stubby screws. More than enough. You can climb any ice route in the world with 5 screws, right? Maybe try the North Twin too, so definitely need some pitons. This funky little Russian light guide beats. Really like the cerebral side of climbing. I really like thinking about what's going to help me succeed in the future and what little things I can do to improve and get better. And so every climb's a lesson. You learn a little bit and get a little more experience, and that helps you grow and move forward. And what have I learned in the Rockies? I learned snow is often isothermic and terrible. Some horrible post-holing experiences. Routes are often bigger than they look. The scale there is pretty massive. You should always scope the route beforehand. Well, I think a key to do the wild thing in a day was to go up there the night before so that we had done the approach that we were unfamiliar with. It's a bit of extra effort to lug bivy gear to the base, but I think doing that gave us a better chance of doing the route in a day. Josh is making mac and cheese. Oh no! And he just spilled all the mac. It's more cheese than mac at this point. 500 meters up the route. 4 a.m. 4 a.m. 2 hours in. In some ways, a lot of people get intimidated by routes because they know their history and they know their reputation. This third class as high as possible until a 5/8 mixed pitch brings you to a stance at the base of a right-facing corner chimney. I actually didn't know that much about the history of wild thing, and I think that was a good thing because I wasn't nervous about going up there so much because I didn't see it as a big, serious climb. Sweet, Chris, pull the chalky. Yeah, buddy. Wild thing. Wild thing. John and I chartered a helicopter to get into the base of the Emperor Face. Sometimes it's worth a few $100 to save yourself a lot of pain and suffering.
I'm just soaked in sweat after that.
Go, Johnny. I think you learn what to bring over years and years of alpine climbing. It's really easy when you start to decide, oh, you need this and that, and an extra this and an extra that. And then years and years of doing it, you get more confident in your abilities and also a better sense for what you actually will need.
God, I don't mean to jinx this, but could you imagine if we don't have to shiver tonight?
I'm thinking that way.
In the Emperor Face, we actually had this wildly detailed topo, and I learned that we should have paid attention to it. Essentially, like, our feet were getting tired, we were starting to really want to get to the top, and decided to start heading up before we should have. We didn't traverse far enough.
How's it looking?
When we went the wrong way, we wound up in all of these giant snow mushrooms and huge snow flutings. We were having to climb up and then down and over all these mushrooms and traverse the 100 meters or so that we had failed to keep traversing down lower. I think in the Rockies, solid rock is kind of the exception on big alpine routes. You can't really rush rock climbing in the Rockies with ice tools and crampons on. It's just too much of a chance to break holds, so you got to be patient and climb methodically.
My feet getting just utterly drenched.
We encountered this lake that looked from afar like it was going to be hard ice and we were going to be walking on the surface. But in the end, we were walking in a ½ meter of slush.
I don't even know if I have toes anymore.
So I think I've learned that everything is training and nothing is training. And by that I mean that I'm always training for the next objective, the next big thing that I really want to do, but sometimes those climbs, those training climbs turn into really serious, demanding routes.